morning, barely. Welcome back to the farm. It is definitely fall, and we're getting frosts every day, and all the leaves are down, which is nice because now I don't have to rake and sweep leaves anymore. But it's also driving me to indoor jobs. And I'm not ready for that. I still have outdoor jobs I need to get done. So I've got them kind of broken down over the week. And today I have got to finish that raised bed. It shouldn't take me very long to finish doing the boxes and get those screwed together. And then this afternoon we can see about filling up the gaps, which I've come up with an idea for, and start filling the beds. So let's get on the front porch and get those put together. place now. I've got rebar stakes I need to drive in to hold them in place. And I also need to dig out just a little bit to level it off just a bit. Now, it's not going to be perfect. You can see there's a lot of gaps underneath there. And the big gap there. And I think what I want to do with those, I've been spending the last 2 weeks trying to figure out how to fix that. And I think the easiest thing is to do is going to be just cover that with hardware cloth. And then I'm going to put old rotted lumber or old rotted wood in there and leaves and sticks. And then, of course, dirt to make those into beds. And that hardware cloth will keep anything from coming out those holes. So I've got to get back to work, and when we come back, we'll try and get that hardware cloth down and get these leveled out. Alright, so I got those done just in time for the rain to start. We haven't had a lot of rain the last few weeks, so I'm not going to complain, but I am going to get in out of it. I grabbed the hardware cloth off the chicken tractor, mostly because I'm going to take that whole chicken tractor apart and build something a little more efficient for next year. Because whatever I have, it needs to be able to go into the chicken run because I want the chicks to get adjusted to the other chickens when I get them in the spring. Not the meat chickens, those will go out on pasture and they'll need an entirely different kind of chicken tractor. So that's a project for later. But right now, since I got that finished, I still need to bring the... Somebody's got a big mouth. I still need to bring the punky wood over to line the bottom of that and fill it up with leaves and then the soil. But it's supposed to rain for the next 3 hours, so that's not going to happen tonight. So I'm going to run into town for a different project. This is going to be an indoor project that I need supplies for. And I'll just have those on hand for the next time I've got time and energy to do an indoor project. I'm really kind of excited about this one, so I can't wait to share it with you guys. Good morning. We're back out at the raised bed, and today I want to get these filled. It's too expensive to fill these all straight with garden dirt, and I do have a couple of bags, but I also have all over the property, the previous owners have left piles of old chopped up logs that I'm sure they intended to use as firewood, but they've been sitting out for so long that they aren't really good for firewood. So I'm going to put those in the bottom of these beds to kind of take up some of those space. It's a practice that's kind of making the rounds right now based on a Scandinavian practice called hugelkultur, where they'll do these big mounds with a couple of big logs at the bottom, smaller logs, and then sticks, and then other leaves and such, and then cover that with a layer of dirt and plant on the sides of that mound. And as the logs break down, it provides nutrients to the soil. There are debates on whether or not that works in small beds like this, but I figure it can't hurt to take up some of that space. So I've got a wheelbarrow or a wagon full of logs here. We're going to start loading them up. I figure 2 or 3 loads should get both of these filled up. So let's start loading them up. That gets the 2 bags of garden soil that have been sitting in my driveway since June out of the driveway. I still need to go and pick up probably about 5 more bags. Now I mounted it really high, but I know I'm going to have to add more dirt next year because as those leaves break down, everything's going to sink and fill in the gaps between the logs. So I'll have to replace dirt periodically just to keep those filled. But this'll get this started. I'll get the other stuff, and then I just have to mulch in between and figure out how I'm going to throw those iris back down. But I've got to get back to work. And that's the raised beds done. All that's left here is the landscaping. I've just got to put a whole lot of wood chips down the middle, and I'm going to put a shelf out of stacked stone along the back there. The beds are mostly empty except for a couple of plants that have been mostly dead all summer but haven't quite gotten all the way dead. So I put a Baptisia in the back corner back there, which will, even if it gets nice and big, it'll be out of the way. And over here, I put a thyme on the front corner, so that'll spill over the front. And I put a very dead looking lemon balm in the back corner of the lower bed. So if that gets tall, it's not going to block the stuff in the back garden. Next year, I'll be a lot more deliberate about what goes in here, and it's all going to be perennials. Oh, the other thing I planted is on, well, I use the word planted loosely. On each side here, oh, hello, oh, Obi. Hello, Oberon. it's Walkie's time. On the outside edge of each of these beds, I put a full bag of the raised bed soil that I just got. And I just plunked a couple of those iris hunks down on top of it and then mulched them in. And we'll see if they take root. If they do, great. If not, I have plenty more all over the property, so it'll be fine. But that's going to wrap that up for tonight. You can see the sun's about to set, and I got to go and figure out what I'm going to make for dinner. So I've had way too much pasta this week, so I got to change the menu up. Thanks for coming along. And I hope you'll come back and see what we get up to tomorrow. Well, I know what we're doing. Somebody couldn't get enough lift off. You guys are jerks, you know that? All right, well, enjoy it while you can, because you got to go to bed sometime. Right. Just what you want to hear first thing in the morning is your friend coming by to say, hey, did you know all your chickens are out? So it is definitely past time to clip their wings, but it'll be easier to do while they're in the coop. So I'll just set it up so the coop door won't open in the morning, and then I'll come out and get Avery to help out, and we'll get them all trimmed down and in the run. But I figured since they're out right now, I'd take the opportunity and reduce their run for the winter. So I'm giving them a little bit more grass over there, but this end is all going to go away. So let me finish moving some of these, and I don't know what we'll do. I'm just going to leave the gate open and let them come and go as they please for today. And this is done, at least the initial part. This will grow and change over time as I put plants in and as the mulch settles, and if I decide to do stuff up around the tree. The problem with growing anything under a pine tree is the pine needles raise the acid level of the soil, and most herbs and flowering plants don't like a high acid soil. Blueberries love a high acid soil. So it may be I need to figure out, do I rake the needles out? Do I just add lime every year to bring the acid back down? But for the first year of having it here, it's fine just the way it is. And then we'll see what it looks like in the spring and build it out over the next several years until it's a fairly lush perennial garden. I'm really looking forward to seeing what it turns into. I've wanted to do this pretty much since I bought the place. So to have this finally done does my heart a world of good. All right, I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up and get back inside, and we've got some things to get ready for Halloween tonight.